Who of us is mature enough for offspring before the offspring themselves arrive? The value of marriage is not that adults produce children, but that children produce adults. That was written by Peter DeVry in 1954. This represents me greatly because since the birth of my daughter, I've just become a much more mature individual. This experience raising my daughter has given me patience, compassion, and a willingness to be stern. In the way of patience, the way I've gained patience will be through experiences like the one last week when I was working on a test for one of my classes, and my daughter felt it necessary to submit my test before I was done by pushing the enter key 5 times. To solve this problem, it required an email to a professor, and ultimately the chaos was undone, but just getting mad and yelling at the baby would have not solved the problem. I've also learned compassion since I've had a little girl, and I can honestly empathize with anyone who is tired, because after just a couple of nights up all night on the couch with my arm hanging off to the floor, rocking a bouncy seat because the little girl couldn't get to sleep, I think I can feel their pain. The last thing is a willingness to be stern. I gained a willingness to be stern when I had to very firmly inform my little girl that you are only to use markers on paper. You are not to use markers on yourself. You are not to use markers directly on the table, directly on the dog, or directly on the walls. These are hallmarks of me as a parent. I'm now more patient, more compassionate, and more stern. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me during your lunch breaks.
Do you have a critique time?